In this video, I'm going to talk about the new free assets for Unreal Engine 5. They add up to nearly $200 of content, and once you grab them, they are yours forever. One of these items is a setting called post-office environment, which has a bit of Red Dead vibe. There's also a highly detailed character pack, and the promotional images may not look that impressive, but I'll show you why it's worth checking out. Another asset is a cinematic camera, which could be useful if you want to experiment with specific features. I'll go through each of them shortly, but it's worth mentioning that in addition to these free ones, there's also a limited time deal from Liartis Studios. I managed to get a discount coupon and the link is in the description. The first item I want to mention is the camera, and I'm starting with it because it's the simplest. The demo map comes with no texture, which doesn't help much with the presentation. I even checked the documentation and that's how it's supposed to be. I think they could have made an effort to improve this, but once you hit play, it launches directly into a simulation with the camera. It comes with several settings in addition to what Unreal already offers, and everything is well organized. Pressing key in the keyboard, you can see the controls, and then you can adjust the focal distance with key and E, and also change the focus. This is great for those looking to shoot something in a more cinematic way. Still, it's a pretty specific asset. If you are already working with code in Unreal, you could build something similar yourself easily. But, like many of these assets, it's meant to make the process even easier. Personally, I didn't find it that useful, but depending on your project, it might be exactly what you need. Overall, it's an asset that brings some blueprints and organized functions for you to try it out. It was the least interesting to me, but I'd love to know how you would use it. So, moving on to the second item, the character pack. I found this one really interesting. At first, it didn't seem like much. The demo map was poorly presented and still looked like Unreal Engine 4. It might be an older pack that was updated, but the characters have a lot of modular pieces. They come with futuristic weapons, clothing pieces, 2 types of hair, masks, and everything fits perfectly. You can customize a lot, change the top, bottom, shoes, everything. This saves a ton of time on rigging and blend weights. And of course, the characters have a strong style, but they could work depending on your game's aesthetic. The initial presentation doesn't help much, but once you update the blueprints, everything shows up correctly. There are some basic animations for movement and jumping, but the real highlight is the clothing physics simulation. Another strong point is the morph targets. This is very complex to do as it requires saving the position of the vertices for each facial expression. And that's really something. I recently tested a $300 pack that didn't have this, so it's a significant difference. Inside the skeletal mesh, you can see expressions like smiles, which are really helpful when telling a story. I consider this the minimum required for creating something more immersive and expressive. The texture is also good, and I'm sure this pack will be used in many games with some customizations. Now about the map that reminded me of Red Dead. When you open the showcase, you can see that the map is heavy. Possibly due to the number of trees or the complexity of the shaders, especially in the wooden areas and the lake, the shaders are quite demanding. The terrain covers a large area and it also requires attention. These are aspects that need optimization if you want better performance, but the scenario is beautiful and well constructed. Yes, reminded me Red Dead, but it's a much smaller scale since Rockstar has a huge team and significant investment. This map doesn't have interior, so if you need that, you have to adapt it. In the level menu, you can switch between day, night, and fog lighting. And with the right framing, this scene looks really nice. Even without running on maximum settings, you can already see the potential. Don't forget Daily Artist Studio Spec promotion, it's on description, it's for limited time. Thank you for watching to the end, grab the free assets on description too. Bye bye!